Hello everybody, so today we're going to be watching The Incredible Hulk. This is a film I don't know a whole lot about. I've watched it, yes, once, years and years ago. way too long ago. Probably close to like 12 years ago. And I couldn't tell you a single thing about it other than Edward Norton and Tim Roth are in it. I know Edward Norton is the Hulk. And I know Tim Roth is Guy. That's it. So I don't know. I don't remember if I liked this movie. I don't remember if I didn't like this movie. But you know, we're gonna find that out today. If how it holds up. I'm very tired as I'm recording this. I am on very little sleep. But you know what? The show must go on, and maybe the Hulk can wake me up. Just like I've always wanted him to. We need to start it. We need to stop this, and we need to start the video already. This is a... I need to mention that this is a companion series to my IMDb Top 100 Movies watch list, where we are going through all of the top 100 movies on IMDb. They put them all on a poster, and we're doing all the ones on the poster. I could have explained that much better, but I chose not to. On the poster, there exists Infinity War and Endgame, and because I want to fully enjoy Infinity War and Endgame, even though I've already seen both movies, I want to revisit all of the old MCU movies, so that's what we are doing here, and that's what this video is a part of. So if you would like to stick around and check out the IMDb Top 100 list, that'd be cool. I would really appreciate that, but thank you for clicking on this video. Really does mean the world. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can and just get into it because I'm really tired and I want to just go to bed already. Even though I woke up and it's morning. I want to go back to bed. Yeah, so let's just get into it. This is the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. I like these opening credits. This is neat, actually. What the hell? Wait, are they doing all the backstory in the opening credits? I don't know why I thought this movie was about him becoming the Hulk. I don't remember this movie at all then. I like that we're doing this all from the first person. I mean, obviously not anymore, I'm guessing. But oh, we still are in first person. Okay. Stark Industries. Are they like ordering weapons to take him down? Is that what's going on here? It does feel a little bit like we're just throwing in names because we know you're gonna recognize them. Wow. Okay. He's doing good. Good for him. He's almost to half a year. Oh god, he's living in Brazil? Is this what Brazil looks like? No, I mean, no disrespect, clearly. Or not, maybe it's not clear, but I do mean no disrespect, but I'm like, this is, It's like you guys built a wall with houses. I want to know how long he's been here. Like, has he been here all 158 days, or is he, like, new in town? Is he doing Tai Chi? Whoa. Is that a thing people can actually do? I like that we have the beeping sound to establish, like, when he's about to turn or when he's getting too angry. Or when his heart, I know it's technically when his heart rate goes up, but you know, the whole thing with Hulk is, you know, you won't like him when he's angry. Oh, that's... Ooh. This is very, like, 2000s. Oh no. No one else is gonna catch that, eh? Everyone else is just letting this happen? No one's gonna try and interfere? Again, I think it's smart not to give them subtitles, because then we're in Bruce's shoes. Never mind, they gave him subtitles now. Okay, so he doesn't want to stay in Brazil then. But where does he want to end up? Is there a certain spot? Gotcha, okay. That's all I needed. Now I'm caught up. So he's got some kind of pen pal. What is he trying? Is this like a cure? Oh, so it does work, maybe. Oh, I vaguely remember Tim Blake Nelson playing a doctor, right? Is that who this is that he's talking to? Is this Mr. Green? I would assume so. They're obviously hyping it up to be a big reveal, and he's like the only other big name in the cast list that, I don't remember all that well.
A man drank one of those.
Okay. Oh, wait. No, I do remember this. This is, yeah, you're right. That's right. All right. There he is. Tim Roth is one of those guys I'm always happy to see in a movie. Now I'm just worried for the dog. I don't want them to hurt the dog. I don't care what happens to Bruce. Is he gone? He's already... Yeah.
Target's on the move.
No! This is very frantic, and I don't know the geography of anything. I don't know where anyone is. Wait, yeah, that's right. Wait, they have Trent guns. Couldn't they have just fired it at him? Oh, it's fine. The hat didn't protect him much anyway. They still found him right away. Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, I wish the score here was a little bit more exciting. It's not having the intensity that I want it to. Honestly, even just the beeping instead of the music might be better for like building up tension. But yeah, overall this chase feels very slow. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels slow. I thought that was the guy from the factory. Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
He's gonna do some Tai Chi. That's right, yeah. I do like how we're like ramping up the intensity. We're just adding, more threats for him. So 200's the threshold, okay. I like that we encased him in shadow for that. That's great. I love that. Glad we got the close-up of his dog, so right there. I'm surprised they made him talk. That's fun. I love the little green soda rain. I love that. Like they were not focused on him. He's just like, you can just see him walking in the shadows. Like in the background. There's our first close-up at him. I don't hate the look of this Hulk. I kind of like it. The hair is probably my favorite part of it. Is that the end of the sequence? That's it? Okay. Alright.
She helps him, maybe?
Oh no. I know they're related.
Let's see if he's been talking to anybody.
Yeah, they're gonna find out that he's been talking with Mr. Green, who I assume is Tim Blake Nelson.
You have to explain that statement. No, I don't.
Why wouldn't you? Wouldn't that help him in his mission? Or were they doing like some illegal shady shit and that's why he doesn't want to tell him? Oh, hi. See, this is much more peaceful than Brazil. But yeah, this is so much better. He's still probably in Brazil, but in a much nicer part. Back down to 0. Yeah. Oh, 1. Sorry, my bad. 1. I'm glad we don't have that generic ass orange tint over everything like we usually do when we film scenes in. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? The Breaking Bad effect. I mean, it's kind of present, but not that bad. It's like subtle. Is this where he gets the iconic Hulk pants? Is that what this is?
You're aware that we've got an infantry weapons development program. Well, in WW2...
WW2? I don't think I've ever heard like a professional say that. It's the first time they're seeing, or he's seeing her. Not them seeing each other. It's the first time he's seeing her and he's acting like a complete stalker, I guess. Good reveal. Good reveal. You tricked me. Okay. I like that there's no dialogue here. We can just kind of pick up on what's happening just visually. Wow. I think it's interesting to give him somebody to, talk with. Like a friend at this moment in time. Hey.
I don't think there's anybody up here.
Yo, that transition. I'm a fan of that. Like I said, fan of hitting cuts like that. I didn't even know what was going on until it was happening. Does he know the password or? Huh? What's going on? What? Okay. I feel like I blacked out and I missed a scene. They scrubbed everything from his research. I like that we're not saying all of this verbally and we're showing a lot of this. I'm a fan of that, personally. I thought this was going to be way more exposition heavy than it actually is. Or like verbal exposition heavy, you know. It's kind of forcing you to pay pay attention to this.
Come on, Stan. It's Friday night.
That's the guy from the show. Is that Modern Family, right? That's him? I completely missed what they were talking about because I was just in shock. But okay. I had no idea he was in this. I love that we keep using the POV shots. I like that we're establishing that they had a close relationship in this way. You know? It's like we can understand that there's a lot of history between the two of them. Oh, that's her. Yeah. Right. Got him. In the rain, in the romantic rain. It's their big it's their big reunion in the rain. Of course. What happened to the Modern Family guy? Where did he go?
It's our data.
That is a really fancy case. That is not the point of the scene at all, but goddamn. Does he even know what he's injecting? What he's being injected with? At the same time. In the spine. He keeps finding all these fun little disguises to wear.
What?
Huh? How did they what? How did they find him here? What? I'm confused. I feel like I blacked out and missed a few scenes. Are they going for, like, that they want you to be in Bruce's shoes and confused and lost as to what's happening? Is that what they're going? Because if that's what they're going for, they're doing a great job at that. I do like using the library as a set piece, though. It's kind of neat. Huh. I get why, but... This version of the Hulk does look a little bit better when he's covered in shadow, I will say. In the light, he doesn't look as good. He looks fine. He doesn't look bad by any means, but better in the dark. Look how they jumped in. The fuck? Okay. I was expecting something bigger, but you know, that's fine. Huh? They didn't clear the area first? Also, that looked a little bit like Dominic Monaghan from fucking Lord of the Rings. I don't think that's him, but okay. Huh? I think the use of slow-mo in this doesn't work to its favor. None of this has any weight to it, you know? I don't know how else you're supposed to do a Hulk fight, but this does not... What? If I'm asking what multiple times during a fight scene, I don't think that's a great sign. I think the heightened jump is a little goofy for this, for my liking, at least in this context. I get why. I get it, but doesn't fully work for me. I'm just gonna use them as shields and like block it. There you go. There's nothing he can do, really. I'm guessing they made him stronger, but like, can he... They still armed him with guns and sent him out. How is he here? What's happening? I have a problem with this because there's a lot of and then, you know, it feels like, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. But it's not like feeling like it's connected to any, it doesn't feel connected at all. I don't understand why. I don't understand why and how.
Stop firing!
Buddy!
You did the right thing calling.
Oh. Okay. got it. I don't know if it works for you to structure it like that. I would have rather you have let us know that before, instead of just having that scene just be like, what? How? You know? Personally, that's just what I think. That's my, it's my opinion. Ooh, this does not look good right now. I take back what I said that it looks good in the dark. Why does it look off in this shot? It looked fine in the dark before. I don't know. Maybe because it was only in shadow, and now we're like trying to light him, and it just doesn't work. I don't know. There's something about the eyes that don't work for me. I think that's the issue. I think the issue is the eyes. It's strange. It's strange. I can't explain why it's not working for me in this particular sequence. It was fine before. It looked fine, and then all of a sudden it just not. I love how we're taking the time to show like how transforming to the Hulk just messes up Bruce, like physically and emotionally, for days afterwards. This is just whoa. Okay, that was smart. Good. I was not expecting that. Good way of showing his PTSD. Is this gonna get his heart rate up? Is this gonna push it past 200? No way, dude. I know they injected something into his bones. Is that like, does he have regenerative powers now? He must, I guess. But is that? No. Nah, I'll leave it be. You tell me in the comments if that's who I think it is. What the Okay. I like this, not gonna lie. That was just a weird way to introduce the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo. Hey, there he is. My man. That was a weak clap. But you know what? I'm tired, so give me a break. Are they stealing a truck? I'm getting ads for cameras like this on TikTok all the time. This is irrelevant to the movie itself. But I'm getting ads for digital retro cameras on TikTok now. It's all my For You pages. It's annoying. I hate it. Yeah. As much as I've been ragging on this movie and its structure, I do like the way that they're presenting some of Bruce, the aftermath of Bruce turning into the Hulk. Like, we have the little, insert shots of bullets flying when he's like looking at the shower head, or like, you just see his physical appearance, just he's skinnier afterwards, he's more exhausted. I like that. You're visually showing us just how damaging and tormented he is following all of these experiences. Sorry, I got distracted by Tim Roth.
Underground with hundreds of people in the most aggressive city in the world.
Aggressive city in the world? I don't think New York's the most aggressive city.
Come on now!
Is that bad that I think that was the best sequence of the movie so far? Hey!
Oh, Dr. Ross.
That was a weird line delivery, but alright.
You made it could kill him.
Kill him, yeah. I should say so.
Why is it that Tim Blake Nelson has the most personality in this fucking movie? I don't even hate the other performances in here. It's just, they're all kind of one note. Like, I don't know much about this version of Bruce Banner besides whenever he, transforms out of the Hulk. In the other scenes where he's just trying to be, normal, days where it's been a long time after he's had an incident, I don't know what he's like. I don't know his regular personality outside of what he's like after turning into the Hulk or moments before he turns. I couldn't tell you anything. This is something that's going to come up in my review, so I'm going to hold it until then. But, just wanted to get that out there while I was very, very entertained by Tim Blake Nelson. This scene is actually the most tense and effective one of the film so far. The CGI isn't fully working for me, but, overall, it's actually kind of working. I will say, this was the best sequence so far because we've established, like, what the stakes are beforehand. And we realized the intensity of it. We had things go horribly wrong. Good sequence. Finally, a good sort of action sequence. I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. So he's just running the same process, but like in reverse, I'm guessing. I remember this. Yeah, he turns into the guy. The Abomination, like he said earlier. That's right. Yeah. He's got the spikes. Oh. Okay. So is he gonna turn into a Hulk guy? Is that what's happening? I love the way that this is shot. Good job, actually. All one take, on the ground, keeping him in shadow. Kind of in shadow. We get this chaotic nature from this. This is great. This is great. I'm surprised people... You know what? That's actually a very real reaction where people are just like standing around even though horrible atrocities are happening right in front of them. So I can't even get upset at that. Ooh, I don't know if I like the way that looks at all. That does not work for me. Okay. I gotta let it slide. It's 2008. Do I let that slide? Gollum had happened already. See, everything practical looks fine. Like, this looks fine. This does not look fine. He's gonna try and jump out. Yeah. He's gonna try and save his life before... I see. I get it. I can keep up. This moment doesn't work for me. As an audience member, we don't have, like, especially in this cut, we don't have a reason to assume that he's going to transform before hitting the ground. I know in the different cut, they open it with Bruce attempting a word I cannot say on YouTube, but attempting something, and he turns at the last minute, and it sort of saves his life. We don't have that in this cut, but if we had that, that would have informed that character choice right here, and would have made that, make sense. As it is right now, I don't know if that fully works. It just kind of feels out of place and like I don't know. It doesn't fully make sense to me as a person watching this, but that's okay. This does feel a little bit video game cutscene-esque. Nothing feels like it has weight to it, unfortunately. Yeah, even this doesn't... I don't know why that doesn't work for me. It feels weightless. It's strange. Ugh, I don't like the way that looked. Huh? Okay, you know what? That's the kind of camp that I love. More of this. I wish this movie had more of that. That didn't make any sense, and I love that for it, I don't know what's going on. Oh, this is a mess. Oh, maybe we get a wide for the CGI fight. Maybe a nice wide shot would help us out. I do like that this final goodbye isn't between Bruce and Betty. It's between Betty and Hulk. Smart. Good. We already had Bruce's final goodbye, so then Hulk gets his now. Cool. No problem with that. I thought that's how it was going to end. This is pretty. That was, yeah. I'm a fan. I would want to be there. I'm really grasping at straws right now to talk about. I'm trying my best to be nice. I'm trying my best here. I thought this was a post-credit scene. I remember this now. There's a bunch of smaller things from this that I remembered as I was watching, but I just gotta keep sighing to myself.
What if I told you we were putting a team together? Who's we?
And there's the setup. Okay. Okay. I don't think there's anything else after that, right? Yeah, no, that's it. Okay, we're gonna talk about this now. Alright, once again, I've tried to fix it up. It's not perfect, but this was the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, my bad, the Incredible Hulk. very, very. It's fine. There's sequences in it that do work for me, but I think overall the experience of watching it is very, very, it's there. It exists. Yeah, I there's sequences in it that I do like. I think that the sequence where they do try and run the suppression, the antidote on Bruce, I think that's very well done. I like that we I can't speak. I like that we established the stakes a bit early on, and then the way they executed it, very tense, very well done. Even if the visual effects didn't fully work for me, I think overall it was well done. Well done. We had things going wrong. We had to work around new problems. Cool. Fun with that. Yeah. I can't. There's a lot of things in here that I struggled with. I think the visual effects was one of them. I'm usually not one to complain about bad visual effects, but in here I couldn't get past it for some reason. I was very, very distracted by all of it. I usually just leave it alone, especially if it's like an older period of visual effects. But I think Gollum, Gollum in Lord of the Rings, anything post Gollum, I consider, there's a period post Gollum and pre Gollum. This is post Gollum, so things, the technology is much better than what was presented here, and I just had a hard time grasping how a movie, from this big studio could produce something that looked kind of cheap and weightless. That's what bothered me the most, was that none of the action and the fights felt like they had any real weight to it. It all felt very, very video game-esque. But even then, that's putting a downside on video games, which video games feel more real and have more weight than this, honestly. I get why. The one thing that bothered me a lot was the fight outside of the college campus, where Emil Blonsky or Tim Roth, he's jumping really high and he's like doing all these cool moves. That doesn't work well for me. That didn't work well for me. It just felt so strange. Like, I get it in the context of the film. I get like he has this super soldier shit serum, whatever the fuck. But no, it didn't blend in well, which is weird for me to complain about realism in a movie involving a giant green rage monster, but it still bothered me. It didn't feel like it matched with this world that we've set up and what we've established so far. You do need that level of realism, and it did feel like that movie wanted that level of realism alongside the the obvious Hulk in the room, and by introducing another character that can also have that floatiness to him. No. No, you're losing me, man. I do have an issue with the way that this is structured as well. I know I mentioned this before, but it did feel like a lot of, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. Not because of this happens. I do think had we had moved I don't know the actor's name, but the guy from Modern Family, if we had moved his call or him informing General Ross of Bruce Banner and Betty Ross's location before the fight at the campus, that would have made sense. It would have felt like, okay, natural progression. But as it stands now, it's like, okay, I don't know why they're here. I don't know why people are just randomly showing up at this college campus. I don't get it. It just feels like, and then this happens, and then this happens, because we need it to happen. I'm glad they did give some kind of explanation, but it did feel like out of place, and just, it felt like I'd missed a few scenes. And one of my favorite films of all time, Memento, is structured in a way that's supposed to give you that feeling. It's in Memento, you're following two different timelines that are both playing out back and forth. So you have one timeline for one sequence, and then it switches over to another sequence, and we stay there for a while, and then we switch back, and then back and forth, and then eventually they meet up in the middle. And that movie is supposed to give you that feeling of confusion, and you're supposed to be disoriented by it, but you trust that it's going to all make sense at the end. I did not have that level of trust in this film, and I think that's the main issue I have with it, especially in the way that this is structured. It's not giving you the expectation that all of these and thens will have a pure concrete explanation as to why they're happening. It just feels like, oh, things are happening now because they should happen in order to keep the tension up, which is different, you know? But overall, I don't think that I have an issue with Edward Norton's the way they wrote the character of the Hulk. I think that I don't know a whole lot about this version of the Hulk, or this version of Bruce Banner, I should say. He seems very, very one note to me. The only sort of depth we give him is whenever he's pre or post transition to the Hulk. You know, we get to see his PTSD and the trauma that caused on him, which I liked. I like that we did give that a focus, and I think that does add, you know, layers of depth to his character. But, you know, in the stretches where he's not the Hulk for a while, like in the beginning sequence, what is he like? I couldn't tell you. And that's an issue that I have. You know, is he awkward? Is he like clumsy? Is he goofy? Is he sarcastic? And I think, you know, in a lot of ways you can compare that to the way I viewed Tony Stark in in Iron Man. You know, it's very clear what his character is right off the bat. You understand who he is, even if you don't know what he does or anything like that. What could I tell you about Bruce Banner's Hulk without, Edward Norton's Hulk without explaining, you know, that he's the Hulk and that he's traumatized by it? Is there anything else to him? I couldn't tell you. I don't get anything else other than what's on the surface from that character. And that's how I feel about a lot of these guys in this film, is that it's I don't know who they are besides what they do. And I want to connect with them more, especially in this franchise that is, you know, supposed to be long and continuous, and I'm supposed to care about these characters. I need to know a little bit more about them than who they are and what they do. This is the black sheep of the MCU. I get that. So a lot of these characters don't come back, with the exception of General Ross, who shows up a few times down the road. I think 1 or 2 times down the road in our journey before Infinity War and Endgame. So, but besides that, he's the only one that comes back. Edward Norton is gone. He's replaced by Mark Ruffalo. Betty Ross does not show up. Tim Blake Nelson is gone. Tim Roth is gone. So this movie feels very, very inconsequential in the grand scheme of the MCU, but it also feels inconsequential within it of itself. Like, I don't feel like anyone has a satisfying character arc in this either. Like, I get what Bruce's character arc is, but it doesn't feel emotionally satisfying in the way that it's presented. Like, I get that he's like, oh, now I can use this side of me that I hated for good if I can learn how to control it. I get that. But I don't know if I fully connected with it. I don't know if I fully bought into that arc. I think the ending needed to be extended just a little bit for me to understand that, or fully let that sink in to me emotionally. Because as it stands now, it just feels kind of random. It's just like, oh, now I've accepted this. I've accepted this part of myself, which is kind of a sweet message in and of itself. You know, it's a good message, like, oh, you got to accept all of yourself, even if people don't necessarily like that side of you. I get that. But, yeah. Is there anything else I want to say? This review is very, very negative, and I don't hate this movie. I don't want it to seem like I hated it. I thought it was very, very okay. Like I said, there were a few moments that I did enjoy. There was a few moments that I did laugh at. I like... yeah, it's just I like seeing Tim Roth, as always. I like Tim Blake Nelson. I thought he was my favorite performer in this film. He seemed like he was the one that had the most fun, had the most personality to his character. Yeah, but it's just to me. I wish I liked it a lot more, but as it stands now, it's just okay. This is definitely not my favorite MCU movie, and yeah, it's okay. I can see why I don't remember a whole lot about it from before. I'm surprised I remembered the original opening scene that they scrapped, and it did click only when he was jumping out of the helicopter at the end. So there were just like little moments that, like, you know, it flashed into my brain. It was like a vision. But yeah, it as it stands, it's just okay. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, yeah, okay. This is probably the shortest review I'm going to be giving to one of these movies. I don't have a whole lot to say about this one, unfortunately. Everything that I wanted to say, I pretty much said in this short little spiel. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate everyone clicking on who has ever clicked on one of these videos. It really does mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we're going to be looking at Iron Man 2, a movie that we'll get into Iron Man 2 when we get into Iron Man 2. How about that? So stick around for that. I hope you stick around for that. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this. Long live cinema.